What's good, Rangers? It's your boy Rain. Today we're going to be watching, reacting, and reviewing the 2013 film About Time. Now, I personally have seen this movie a number of times. Not quite as much as Me Before You, but a number of times. Have you seen this movie before?
I don't think so.
Good, because this movie's a banger. One of my favorite movies. And today's particularly special. If you haven't noticed from our outfits, we just recently saw Me Before You, and now we're going to watch About Time. Don't want to spoil anything, but I feel like this might be a little of a spoiler. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Just saying that, like, kind of giving you a higher expectation, which I didn't want to do, but I will want to communicate that in a sense that we're watching both movies in one day, so that way, me personally, I can maybe get a better idea which one I prefer. But these are my two favorite movies as of right now. And then we also just ate some Chinese food as a little break, and then I got a fortune cookie. I don't know if you can read it. I'll read it to you. It says, "You'll enjoy love that deepens with time." And what are the odds that we're about to start About Time? So I'm really looking forward to watching this movie. I have the poster behind me. What would you imagine the movie's about?
The two people falling in love.
Okay.
That's my guess. I recognize him from another movie. Oh, from you know Brooklyn? The movie
No.
about this girl from Ireland who moves to Brooklyn. I feel like he's her alternate love interest in that. Anyway, I recognize him, and Rachel McAdams, right?
Yeah.
So
It's actually intriguing you recognized him, because that's not like an easy picture.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what he's.
Yeah.
From. I don't know. People in the comments, correct me.
All right, sweet. So before we jump into it, if you love watching movies as much as I do, if you get energized watching other people's reactions like I do, or if you just want to show me your support, highly recommend subscribe to my channel. I have over 700 movies that I'm ready to watch. I just need your help telling me what to prioritize. And if you are really enjoying my content and you want to see my full-length reaction, highly recommend you check my Patreon link down below. More to discuss at the end, but for now, let's lay back, kick our feet up, maybe grab some popcorn, and let's get into it. About Time. So about time we watched it.
Her fashion icon was the Queen. He always seemed to have time on his hands. After giving up teaching university students,
He's such a great actor, Bill Nighy.
all in all,
Sweet.
it was a pretty good childhood, full of repeated rhythms and patterns. Still having tea on the beach every single day. Eating sandwiches, summer and winter.
Damn, the slow falls be like that.
Aww.
He still ate the bite.
Yeah, sounds so lovely.
That's happened to me a few times.
Oh,
Hella
yeah.
embarrassing.
Oh my gosh, the awkward moments. Oh, I feel the cringe. I feel it.
That man waiting for a kiss and a handshake at the same time.
So I woke up the next morning and not realizing it was the day that would change my life forever.
The day he realized he was a loser.
Ah, Tim, come in. Sit down.
Very formal.
All these British houses be having so much land and so nice.
My father, when I just turned 21, and after it, I approach it pretty nervously.
Is New Year's his birthday?
That's been unclear to me, to be honest.
But there's this family secret that the men in the family can travel in time.
When I come back downstairs after standing in a cupboard with my fist clenched, you're gonna be in so much trouble.
Oh, and Tim, try and do something interesting.
So much trouble.
What an odd premise.
Do you think it's gonna work?
Feels pretty 50-50 right now.
I'll probably have a cupboard just that big just for the men. Specifically for this.
Okay. I'm not surprised it worked, but I thought maybe it wouldn't work the first time. But clearly this seems to be the premise of the film.
My boy!
Aww, he went for it. He didn't go in for the handshake last time, did he?
Thank you, Tim.
Like he went in with for a kiss and then switched to a handshake.
Oh, I thought she switched it to the handshake.
No, it was him So she was mad disappointed. That's why she said thank you to him, because she was really hoping to kiss him.
Wow.
So this part isn't totally clear. I think he can go back to where he just was. Or maybe the movie's
Right, or
doing
to the
that so that way he
present
doesn't have
tense.
to repeat everything. Yeah.
Very specific parameters.
You have to use it for things that you really think will make your life the way you think about this.
Well, to be honest, I suppose for the moment, it would be just great if it could help me get a girlfriend.
Priorities. My boy.
Massive.
Yeah, the mothership.
So there's something about the finance behind it all. That's probably how they got that big ass house they're in.
Her name was Charlotte, Kat's handsome but nasty boyfriend Jimmy.
Margot Robbie! Cousin of
I think it's
the
her
cat's
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
Will you do my back?
Absolutely.
Very keen.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
It's funny because the dad knows like the ability he has to do. So when he's running
Right.
off, his dad knows what he's doing. That's hilarious.
Tim, will you do my back?
Just give us a sec.
All my boys play hard to get. Make her wait, my boy.
Beg your pardon?
Lovely having Charlotte here all summer, dear. Come on, darling. Charlotte, sitting next to you.
Oh yes, of course. Lovely to meet you.
Have you enjoyed having Charlotte here all summer, Tim?
Yeah. This ticket.
Quiet
I wonder what it's like to be an actress or actor that everyone knows is like objectively attractive,
Yeah.
and to be put in like roles where you're just like
Yeah.
fetishized
I
or
feel like it's a lot of
objectified.
pressure.
Yeah.
It's just a shame you left it till last night, creeping along the corridor while we still had time.
Last night was a bad idea.
Very bad idea. Last night was never going to work.
Good. Got it.
It's like he's able to be truthful because he has
That's
the ability to
crazy.
go back in time.
Just to get such explicit, like...
Feedback.
Right.
Why don't we see how the summer goes and then ask me again on my last night?
Your last night?
Yes, try me on the last night. See what happens then, shall we? It's exciting.
Oh, that's a perfect plan.
I don't understand. I guess it's a...
Sure.
Like, wait, so what happens if she was like, yeah, let's do something now? Then would he just be in the past for a whole month?
I think so, yeah.
Until he wanted to go to the future? I'm like...
All the time travel in the world can't make someone love you. So the love of my life just drove away.
Ah, I see. So she's like, it's too late. It's too soon.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like in the movie when he goes back in the past, that's hilarious. When he goes back in the past, and the movie shows him like going back to the present. I'm curious on if they do that just to skip, like not having to include all that in the movie, or if that's like a power he's able to have. It's not too clear to me, but I don't mind it.
Where is he going? I'm confused.
He's staying somewhere else, and this is a family connection, so he get free housing.
Why is he
For
going
work, I
somewhere
think.
else?
I think for work.
What the f*** do you want?
I'm James's son. James Lake.
What about him?
He said you had a room.
Go in there and wait. I mean it. Don't make a sound.
That's the guy from Harry Potter. The poster.
The guy who's...
The poster, yeah.
How's your dad? Weird cock, I always thought. Yeah, I never really liked him, actually. Your mum still looked like Andy Warhol.
What?
That, by the way, is my wife. Yeah, you wouldn't like her at first. Sarcastic cow.
Sarcastic cow. What is this guy?
Try not to make too much noise, particularly when having
No chance of that.
That is my daughter. Have sex with her if you like.
Oh my god. Who is this guy?
Very good to have you here, gentlemen. I hope you enjoy your experience. Carlo will show you to your table.
Lead on, maestro. And your friend hold on to your shoulder.
Yes.
Thank you.
His shirt has Braille on it. That's pretty cool.
It seems like he's blind.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't notice that before.
Oh, it's a blind experience.
I always wanted to do something like this after seeing this movie.
Oh my god, what was that?
There's a lot of...
So sorry.
Maybe I'll see you outside.
They've been there for 3 hours.
That's cool. They just get sat next
Joanna?
Jay.
Christ, you're a babe. How do you fancy stretching the night out a bit?
Help me find a cab and I might give you my number. Haven't signed yet, so... yeah, no,
didn't they go out together?
Dramatic effect. The Queen.
Okay, micro bang. It's not micro, but it's short.
It'd be very wrong if I asked you for your number.
No.
Aw.
Mary.
I thought this phone was old and shit, but suddenly it's my most valuable possession.
You really like me?
Let's call that number.
I love your frock.
Frock?
Mary! We have to go! Okay, I'm coming. I hope I see you again.
You will.
Okay.
It's a good response. Very definitive.
That's good that she said that.
After this video, I'm gonna have to pull up the part where she could give him his number and call it.
Call the random number?
Yeah, they showed her number. I'm gonna have to give it a little test.
Aww. It's interesting that they made her American. Or that they kept, she kept
Yeah.
her American accent.
Thought about that too.
But I assume they'll comment on that to some extent at some point.
I actually don't think they do.
Really?
You may remember my play open tonight.
Oh my god, yes. How did it go?
Well, 10 in the room, a masterpiece was being unfurled. This is the crucial plot point. Dry in the history of theatre.
No.
Most massive what?
Dry.
Ring up every critic in London and offer them a blowjob. Total silence for half an hour to remember one single line.
Not quite that.
But he can only go back in time to what he experienced.
Hello, Sir Tom.
It's the guy from the poster.
Oh, sorry, what do you mean the lines?
Pretty complex, and I just thought maybe it might be worth, little refresher.
Out of here.
His eyebrows are two different colors. Oh, probably because he's setting up for. Gumps, look at the lines though.
I have lived many weary years in that long catalogue of wasted.
Wait, so he went to the play instead of meeting the girl? Ay.
Went to the wrong guy. Unless it was the right guy, and this one just spontaneously forgot his lines too.
Sorry.
Yes, both of them needed a reminder.
Gentlemen, I regard today's proceedings. Let us be clear of one simple and salient thing. It is the life of a guilty man.
He had to read the whole thing. He didn't remember anything.
Oh, here's the little prick who walked out halfway through. What did you think of the set?
I thought it was incredible.
So is he gonna miss the dinner and miss the girl?
Mary.
Because he never met her. You can't get both.
The decision he made leads to consequences. Better man than me.
This is tricky.
Better man than me, trying to be the problem solver for everyone.
One of them the prettiest girl in the world, the other one like a sort of...
Nice.
Yes, they left a while ago. Let's see.
But she's gonna have never met him.
And it appears they paid by cash. Sorry, sir.
That's how Mary described her friend. She said that she was more like a prostitute, and that's why he used that to describe her. What would you have done? You go back and save the play?
Well, he didn't think that he was sacrificing Mary at the cost of the play.
But knowing that you did, like, what'd you do now? Would you go back in time?
I don't know.
I'm picking Mary every time. But it's unfortunate because now he, doesn't have that great experience with her anymore.
I have to go out right now.
What was that an ad for?
A Kate Moss ad, I think. So Mary likes Kate Moss.
He wants to meet her again. It sucks if you were to be the only one to remember the first meeting.
Yeah.
And he won't go back in time because he wants the other guy's play to go well.
Yeah. And so he saw an ad in the newspaper for Kate Moss in a museum or something. And he knows Mary likes Kate Moss, so he's going to try to go to the museum and catch her there. I think his clothes are changing too, so he might have been there for quite some time. Yeah, for a few days.
Oh, right,
dedicated.
and the music too.
Man, don't work?
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's her.
That must feel surreal to have your plan finally pan out.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine.
She has no idea who he is. Have we met?
Your name's Mary.
Weird. How do you know that?
You look like a Mary. My mum's called Mary.
I look like your mother?
It's a nice fringe, by the way.
Oh, it's new.
Yes.
Well, gee, thank you. And,
Okay, here's crazy stuff.
yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Very poor.
Very poor indeed, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go again.
Yeah.
Do it.
Take 2.
Does she know about the secret? Oh no, it's just you.
I didn't know. It's different. Needs a...
It's me again.
Hi.
He didn't go back in time.
Tim is a total stranger.
I just had a weird experience with Mary here of thinking she was someone else. Because my sister Kit Kat is about to leave.
Bye.
And... Bye. And so, I'm about to be quite lonely.
Right.
My man took a 2-on-1.
Sugar?
No.
Boyfriend?
Yes.
No, you don't have a boyfriend.
Do I not look like I'd have a boyfriend?
Her friend's like, what the hell is wrong with him?
Is it quite a new boyfriend?
There he is. Rupert.
That's the name of the guy from the other movie we just saw.
Hmm.
Right, Rupert? The best friend that took the...
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was thinking we could take in a film after this. Get some mixed popcorn, share a coke, snuggle.
Okay.
Oh no, he's realizing who.
Well, it was only a week ago. It's all been a bit of a whirlwind, isn't it, Poochie Face?
Poochie face?
On time, I think. The true love was calling. I actually feel a bit sick now. Never trust a blueberry. Oh.
Never trust a blueberry. That's crazy. He just should have. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I would pick Mary. I mean, I don't know. He did a really good thing for the other guy, so.
Hello. Oh, a hot dog? Yeah, I was made them myself.
Thanks. Totally undercooked.
See you later.
He didn't... He ate the hot dog straight on. He didn't turn it to the side.
Turn it to the side?
Yeah, like he... Like the... I don't know, turn the hot dog to the
see.
side. Interesting. And they got this American-ass song.
He's gonna get sick from the hot dog. I can picture it a mile away. And he's going to go back in time again to meet her again.
I love your eyes. I love the rest of your face, too.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think he should have just done the freaking original meeting. I don't know. When you meet someone like that, it really matters.
What a dickhead.
What do you say?
He said, what a D-head.
No, but what did Rupert say?
I think he said, hey all, something like that.
Oh.
Interviewed a lot of prostitutes.
No, I'm not reading this unless you...
How many prostitutes will you need to talk to? Are you planning to head to Eastern Europe and Thailand?
Aww, yay! He better not need to go back in time.
This movie cracks me up. I think it's just so funny how, like, cringe and all that it could be.
Would you like to walk me to my car?
Yes. Sounds like a good idea.
It's crazy. Like, for him, this is basically their third date.
Yeah.
Did you have trouble parking? Such a long way to your car.
Car's actually parked outside my house. I got a lift to the party.
Love that!
Oh, boy.
Love that!
Reel him in. She got game, I ain't gonna lie.
That was good. That was good. Oh, that's a good move.
She got riz.
She does.
Makes perfect sense. It's very logical.
She went a long way in those heels.
I hate when they go in, like, slow. Like, just go in for it, bro.
Yeah.
My boy.
Keys.
Going up on the first date.
Yeah. My boy got game.
No, she has the game.
Nah,
Let's be real. She's the one who brought them
100%.
And then in a minute you can come in and take them off.
She got game. He's just speechless.
Oh my god. I was not expecting this.
She a wrestler.
She really is. Oh no. Is he gonna go back in time for stuff like this?
Really know your bras.
I like to think so.
Well done. The first time.
Amateurs.
I feel like he's cheating now.
Best night of my entire life. Now I've got a suspicion I'm gonna have the best sleep of my...
So once is enough for my perfect guy?
Little does she know.
That's entirely fair.
You say he's cheating?
Yes, I think he is.
I can see that perspective. I saw a few reviewers, one reviewer having that perspective.
I mean, like, let life happen.
Oh, we're in trouble then.
Yeah, I agree. I think he was just so, like, trying to catch up to where he once was that he overthought everything for sure.
Right, I wonder how much he does it for the rest of their relationship.
So far, it looks like he's on a good roll.
Right.
Start off with a hiccup. Maybe we went a little overboard with the rewind.
They don't like waiting.
Okay. Are we having sex? I wasn't going to mention oral.
Okay, good. Don't.
Why would you mention sex?
I don't know. If it does, just...
But who's going to bring it up? Your dad? Cunnilingus with my daughter recently?
Well, you never know.
I thought the door wasn't open when they...
I know, I entirely thought that too. Right, when she's like at waist level and then he's...
Oh, this is Tim.
Come back when you haven't got any company, or?
Oh, well, that would be quite difficult because Tim actually lives here. Really? With you?
Yeah, but no oral sex, I promise.
So she originally said this is not his place, and then she just got nervous too.
Charlotte.
Oh my God, Tim.
That is so brilliant. Well, hello, Tina. There are certain moments in your life that scar you for life. Now I know she's got a girlfriend. Well, I can be a confident heterosexual all over again.
Not that kind of girlfriend.
What?
You think I'm gay?
Oh my God. Is that a bad thing to think? That's just crazy to be able to reverse every embarrassing moment in your life.
I don't know, this movie cracks me up.
I can't believe he can just go back and undo any embarrassing moment.
You are...
Very well, thank you.
Well, she means your name.
Oh, Roger. Rory.
Nice to meet you, Rory. Right, sorry, we should get going. See you soon.
Yeah. Bye.
I just find this movie so funny. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I'm
just trying to keep up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the idea of someone being able to just get out of every embarrassing thing that they've done.
I told Tina to go have dinner on her own.
Yeah, of course.
Great. Bye, Roger.
If he screws up everything with Mary because of Charlotte...
Where do you want to go?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't take advantage of any time travel capabilities with not the best decision making.
You know...
We team Mary over here.
I'm heavily Team Mary. I'm not liking this.
Maybe I wouldn't have said no.
Did he not learn from the first time when she was like, oh, if only it was earlier in the summer. Oh, if only it was later, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's not going to change what happened. Where is he going? He lives with Mary. Where is he going?
Here we are. It's a lot nicer inside.
I'm sure it is. Mm-hmm.
Walk away. Turn around.
So?
Good night, goodbye. I have a girlfriend who I live with, whose name is Mary.
What a night. Total joy, but I've got to get back.
To my girlfriend.
That I have to do. Right now.
If it's go back in time and be with Charlotte, absolutely idiotic.
I don't think he would do that, because if he wanted Charlotte, he would have taken advantage of her. Well, not take advantage, that sounds terrible. If he took advantage of the situation.
He would have cheated on Mary.
Yeah.
He better be running to freaking Mary right now.
You heated?
He better say, I know I love you. I'm over my past love. I'm over it all.
Mary. Would you like...
You're so selfish, I'm sleeping.
How long ago did they meet?
Wake up. Come and have a chat.
Why?
I've got something important to ask you.
Ask her another time! Yes! It absolutely can.
No. Strong hearts prevail.
It is not a matter of life and death. People
Seriously.
do very nice proposals. You can know you want to marry her and deal with it later.
It's got something to do with what I want to ask you.
Wait a minute. Romantic music. Guy with important question.
How long have they been together?
On his knees.
I don't know. It doesn't really give you a good sense of time.
Bored in the play, you decided to ask me to marry you afterwards.
Something like that.
She wide awake now.
Exactly that. Will you marry me? Any thoughts on the answer? Get out of my life, loser. They're all possible.
I think I'll go. Yes. And thank you for not going for one of those melodramas with lots of people around.
Me too.
I'm just so confused about what happened. Like, what is the timeline here now? They met 3 times, and now...
Thanks, guys. Sorry she's a bit tired. We really appreciate it.
So they had like a whole compilation of like them in the subway and going their separate ways. So I think a lot of time passed.
So that shows that it's been a lot of time.
Yeah.
I'm still just not clear on exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I think quite some time has passed, but yeah, they don't do the best job showing you how much.
No, they certainly do not.
Wow! I'm so good without the ball.
What do you think of her?
I like her more than you already.
I asked her to marry me.
Hey,
Hey! I didn't know you were here.
just popped down for a while.
Oh, okay. So how long have you been here?
Couple of weeks.
Gosh. So life in London...
Horrid.
Okay.
What'd she say?
Hard. So you have him that has the ability to go back in time when things get hard, and her, she has to endure.
I've got an important announcement to make. After a little bit of thought, to get married.
That's wonderful news!
Oh no, sorry. By the way, the wedding will be quite soon, because we're having a baby, too.
What? When was that?
You're pregnant?
Yeah.
Who's the father?
Oh, Tim, I hope.
Oh, jolly awkward if it'd been another fella.
I feel like you have qualms with this movie.
I do. I just don't understand the timeline.
Where would you like to get married?
I'd hate anywhere else. Oh my god.
Good.
He's the one choosing and not her.
Do you want to see these puppies or not?
Yes, I do.
It's your choice.
Oh, he's my best friend. Rory.
Sure.
No, Harry. Harry.
Let's do this.
Who's Harry?
Oh,
I think the one that lets him stay at his house when he met Mary, the play guy.
Land of Ray. Today?
He does not want to be there.
She doesn't? The sister?
No, her boyfriend that was with her. His
Oh.
face was just really like not into it. He's playing the song that his dad likes.
She's getting married in red?
I think it's poster too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just confused that it's red.
Yeah.
Very pretty. Fringe looks much better now.
Yeah, he's grew out, right? It's longer now and looks.
Yeah.
Dad's jamming.
And a red veil.
I didn't even see the red veil. You got quick reflexes. Some Yukon wins.
Literally.
This is basically the scene from the poster.
Wow.
Like the rain and
What a place to get married.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna redo their wedding?
That dude looks defeated.
You next, Kittle Cattle.
I don't know, Uncle D. Boys aren't very nice. Always taking liberties, not giving much back in return.
Yeah? I like the way you say yummy.
Who is that? Who is that?
Like a worker or something. Or someone else there.
Is that the guy she came with?
Yeah, it's her boyfriend.
Do you wish we'd picked another less wet day?
No, not for the world.
So her boyfriend was being a little unfaithful right there.
Mm.
Posy she is. Most beautiful girl in the world.
Daddy. Yeah.
Is that a real newborn?
Looks like it.
Baby in your arms, and you know that it's your job now. No one can prepare you for the love and the fear.
I wonder how many takes that was.
Oh, look. She can do anything.
No one can prepare you for the love.
See how fast time has passed now?
That's true.
I still think their focus is on time, despite it being a time movie in a way. I don't know. It's interesting.
Where's Kit Kat, by the way?
I don't know. She said she'd be here around 3. Got purple cupcakes for her especially.
Speak of the devil, that'll be her.
Oh, I hope Kit Kat's okay.
I'm worried about Kit Kat.
Yeah. She was drinking wine while we were drinking tea, and Jimmy wasn't nice to her. Burned the purple cupcakes.
She what?
Spurn. I don't know what that means. Spurn the purple cupcakes. I don't know what that means.
If it's gonna be fixed, I think she probably has to do it herself.
No time travel.
My darling, what's happened? You're the best person in the world. You're top equal with my wife. I don't get it.
What was my wife?
I think something about a wife.
You promise you won't ever, 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 ever tell?
Yes.
I can travel in time.
Bro gave up the code.
Because we're gonna go back in time. And you're gonna do some things differently. Grab my hand. Close your eyes.
Wait, so is now that he's bringing someone else into it, is that all gonna get messed up?
Butterfly effect.
This is the butterfly effect now.
Oh, sing.
Oh my god, is he gonna lose Mary? He's gonna lose Mary. Oh, I can't take this. All to save Kit Kat, he's gonna lose his whole life. He's gone too far. He's gone too far.
I'm afraid so.
How much is left?
So.
How much is left in the movie? How much are they gonna ruin?
Can't tell you. No spoilers.
Then he's never gonna meet Charlotte. Then he's never gonna not see Charlotte. Oh, he's ruining his whole life.
Putting other people first.
Yeah. Wild.
That was the girl that he thought I was waving to him at first too.
Do I know you?
Yeah, very well. And this is what I should have done right at the start.
Very unnecessary.
Happy New Year, everybody.
And
New Year.
back to the cupboard.
Hi, Dickie.
His dad knows something was up.
Oh my gosh.
When did you get so serious?
Since it occurred to me that I might lose you, brace yourself.
He's gonna lose Mary. Oh my god, even I can't take it.
Oh my god.
JJ?
Yes. He's adorable. Oh my god. Let's do this.
She likes us. She came back and realizes that she had a life with JJ, his friend.
But leave the restaurant, Uncle D.
Hi. Hi.
You alright?
Yeah.
I missed you.
So she just missed out on their entire relationship. Or I guess, or like got the memories of it.
Yeah. It's like once they got back.
And then he's gonna say, "Where's Mary?" And they're gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" Oh my god, I can't.
I mean, when
he's
they
going home as though he has someone to go home to.
When they went in the past,
This is bad.
When they went in the past, when they came back to the present, she realized she was with JJ. He didn't realize he wasn't with her, so maybe.
Oh, she's there.
Still got her. Lucky somehow.
Back past the birth again, can I?
No, I should have mentioned that. But the exact sperm at the exact moment got you this.
Every day up till yesterday is as it will always be.
Just like for everyone else.
Just like for everyone else. Damn.
So does he have an alternate future now, or
His
car crash does happen?
Yeah, he's undoing what he undid, so he's bringing it back to normal.
I see.
Obviously, in real time travel.
Wait, but that happened after Posey was born, so I'm confused. Like he could have still. Oh, he wanted to go further.
We're not leaving this room
back.
until we find a way of making sure this never happens again.
Oh, the bad thing needed to happen so she could get better.
Yes.
Oh, so he tried to protect her and then nothing got better. Sometimes you need to hit the rock bottom.
When are you going now?
That's beautiful.
Wow, it's a good thing that he's able to like reverse what he did to get his kid back. What the heck?
I have to leave Jimmy, don't I? For good.
It's about time. Oh, about time.
Weird.
You've asked him to dinner.
Might have to freshen up a bit first.
Wow, that's good that he found out that he can't go back past their birth.
It's incredible. Posey, like only 3 years ago to do it. And here they are. They've done it, man.
Cheater.
Little Shirley Temple curls.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Where's Posey?
I left her downstairs.
Leaving the door open to the room with the manuscript in it.
Man, if you tried on like 40 dresses, I don't want to hear that. He would have chose the first dress you put on.
Don't
you dare!
Okay, I'm just...
Don't you dare answer that! What are we gonna do?
He could go back in time. You just gotta let him go through the door.
What happened?
I rather let myself down. I hugged you.
Isn't it crazy how someone can
Wait,
be
what
like...
did he say? He hugged him and that's why he wanted to redo it?
Yeah, kind of like sarcasm. Like, you could infer that he, like, did more than just hug, like he was crying or something.
I have something very important to tell you. Secret, or would you rather find it out for yourself like I did? Less traumatic, much more important. The real mothership.
Go on. Tell me. Let's save some time.
It's interesting because...
Why don't we get to hear?
Do you find the defendant, John Welbeck, guilty or not guilty of fraud?
That's what they wear in British court.
Let the defendant be discharged.
Be upstanding in court.
It's interesting because I think his dad said that basically hinted to the fact that he might have known he had cancer for a while now. So his plan was at 50 to retire and spend time with his son. And now it's just not getting worse. I didn't realize that.
In part 2 of Dad's plan, he told me to live every day again. The first time with all the tensions and worries that stop us noticing how sweet the world can be. But the second time, noticing. Okay, Dad.
Oh, so he gets to live his life twice.
Man, double in age.
Not guilty.
So he already knows what's gonna happen.
In terms of what?
Like that day, like he knew the verdict was gonna be not guilty. He knew.
I can move more over to this side. Yeah, like out of the frame, yeah. Yeah, so now he's reliving everything twice, just trying to get more appreciation for it. So I wonder if he keeps the second try and discards the first try.
It was a very, very bad day. Got fired from my job. And then I killed a man.
That is a very bad day. The worst day ever. I'm so sorry.
I always find that fart punny. I said fart punny. Part funny.
You only want to go. Oh. That's.
Read away. I've got lots of time.
I think the Romans must have aggravated one another very much with their noses. Perhaps they became the restless people. Mr. Wopsle's Roman nose so aggravated.
So he still gets his dad from the past, and his dad understands that. That's pretty crazy. Very fortunate of him.
Yeah, it's like when he just continues to live life, but whenever he wants to go back, he can go back. Might make it harder for him to stay present,
just
though.
not to his childhood, because...
Yeah. Can't go past...
of the kids.
The kids, yeah.
Me and you, so we'll keep your can.
Time flying.
That you'll keep return evermore.
I feel like that baby's huge. He should be able to start walking on his own.
I think they're asleep.
Yeah.
I just thought that maybe, it was time for the insurance baby.
What?
And if we had a third one, then we could have 2 happy dummies. What do you think?
It was the toughest decision of my life. Saying yes to the future meant saying goodbye to my dad.
Oh. That's a very good point.
That's probably not something she wanted to hear either. So I like her comedy right there.
Or now.
Yeah. Okay.
Give a man 10 seconds to think.
Dad always wished there had been more of us. So we might try and nothing happens.
Exactly.
Pregnant immediately.
Yeah.
Really could be tonight.
And you cannot believe the detail in which I know the route to the hospital. Will you excuse me for a sec? Just have to go downstairs.
Saying goodbye to his dad. Oh.
I haven't won in years.
You finally got good. A kiss will have to do.
A kiss? Ah, I get you. This is it then.
It's my last bit of extra time. The baby is completely on the way.
It's crazy because as a dad, you
That's
hear
great. Like, is he even living right? Like, I don't even get it. What his thought process is, or like.
Yeah. Like, you know, you have grandchildren in the future, but you can't even see them.
Is there anything at all I can do? Is there anything you want to do?
I don't know. There is this one thing. Totally against the rules, of course, but if we don't change a thing, it would be nice.
That's the last one. Make it count.
Show me sad movies.
These are the ones you say you like, so you could do some gun ones and some violence, some horror. So they went further back in time than they're allowed to,
But just to watch.
Yeah, to be there again. I think they're more than watching. I think that's them now.
Oh yeah.
Don't get. In fact, I am told falls brought me here.
Yeah. Hello, you're down already. That's great. Thank you so much for that.
So now he has boys. When they turn 21, he gotta tell them.
Oh yeah. Oh, she lost the red.
And
oh, it is still red.
We're all traveling through time together, every day of our lives. All we can do is do our bit to relish this remarkable ride.
Oh, my sister got the bag.
Okay, I'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
The end.
Ah, what a roller coaster. What a roller coaster. Oy.
Alright. So they're your initial reactions.
It really took me on a journey. I went from being very upset to then being happy about it. Because I was getting very confused about the timeline, and I was ready for it to just be like a regular little love story between them, and I was just getting really frustrated and scared that he was just gonna mess everything up with Mary, and I was rooting for Mary this whole time, and the fact that he even changed the way that they first met and all that, it's like, damn, are you really gonna do that? But then he made the playwright's life better, and he figured out how to help Kit Kat through all of it. Like, he ended up doing a lot of good from it. So, and he learned that whole ending is so nice. So, yeah. Initially I was annoyed that he could just erase any embarrassing thing, but also he's 21 with power to time travel, and then you learn how to deal with that, and then you learn more important lessons in life, and then he ended up there, which was really nice.
Yeah, I feel like I like this movie a lot. Like, I love this movie, and then like seeing like your journey watching it, and like seeing like another YouTuber that watched a bit of like his reaction to it definitely opens my eyes to like how uncomfortable it is to just watch someone have multiple attempts at something specific, like love. Like, that kind of seems like sketchy. So that is a new perspective that I have, but I still like really appreciated the movie, and yeah, like I was really rooting for him too, and so I'm glad for the most part he had the happy ending still, because I could totally see this being like a different type of film where he makes mistakes and does the bad thing and the wrong thing, like with Margot Robbie and stuff like that, and I could totally see this movie being like one of those, and so I'm glad that it wasn't. So yeah, it's definitely a whirlwind of a movie, but definitely appreciated how like funny it was, and at least it was hilarious to me. I think it's a really funny movie. I like the comedy, like it's my kind of comedy, and I like how everything worked out for sure.
Yes, I like that everything worked out as well.
So I personally chose this movie today because it's one of my favorites. So I know when I usually talk about my favorite movies, I always talk about like Me Before You or Stomp the Yard, and then this one kind of gets lost. But then I was watching like a YouTube. I think it popped up on my timeline of like a YouTuber's reaction to it, and I was like, oh, let me watch it, and it reminded me how much I love this movie too. So I definitely wanted to see it urgently, but this is one of the ones that me and you've been planning on watching for a while too. I told her there's a number of movies I want to see with her. I just didn't tell her the titles, and and risk of her like finding more out about it. So I kept them on a down low, but this is one of the ones I wanted to see with you for a while as well. So definitely glad we were able to watch it. So what thoughts does this movie spur? What do you think about?
So it was a lot of like anger and frustration initially of just like, imagine every time you did something embarrassing or you like have a regret and you can just backtrack like that, or being able to see a loved one again and go back in time after they've passed, like that's really powerful. And the fact that he had such power was like, I don't know, a little, it made me angry. Like I don't know, it's just such a privilege. But then I think the fact that the ending really changed my perspective of like, and also his dad's advice and the way his dad handled it of just being like, no, I didn't go after money or anything. I just went and read more and spent more time with my kids and, you know, made the most of every day and all that stuff and looking for the joy in all of it, because you know, in essence, if you only get to live it once, you got to make the most of it. I don't know if that was too roundabout.
No, it's fine.
Those are my takeaways.
I think a key word to use was privilege for me, because I think he could have abused his power in so many different ways and was very intentional. If in the beginning his whole thing was love, so I think that was, I guess, great to begin with. Like he had a more positive mindset on what he would use his powers for, nothing too crazy like money related or crime or just disgracing his like personality. So I definitely think that that's something that I think about. And then also to your point on like how he would go back in time and kind of like make certain decisions, I definitely think it gives a perspective of trying to be intentional to begin with, like the first time around, because I don't know about you, but I can't go back in time. So like just making sure that what you're doing the first time around is maximizing your potential and any opportunities that arise, because you can't just, I know something he was doing was misspeaking, and because he had the power to go back in time, he would easily try to redo it. So granted that's the whole point of the movie, but I think that's something to think about too, just making sure you're cognizant of like the moments when they matter. So, and I think that's the director's point in a lot of this film, just seeing his evolution in general with when to go back in time and how to seize the moment. So what feelings did this create for you?
So I think it was like jealousy and a little bit of anger, but also I really loved his whole family dynamic. I think you made such a good point of like, one reason that you can't get too mad at him is that he did it all out of love, and every point of that, like I think that was, if I had watched this alone, I might not have taken that away as clearly, and so I think that was really like beautifully shown, especially with his family and his dad, like being able to watch that relationship and him really trying to make the most of it, like, and him and his dad trying to make the most of it and using their power to spend more time together and, you know, focus on the things that they loved and that mattered to them, which was their family, like, was really, really beautiful.
Yeah, I feel like for me it was more so just the comedy above everything else, and then after that was the sadness of like the actual movie itself. Maybe when I first started watching, the anger might have been there for a little bit when like he went back to change like how and Mary first met, because he was looking after that guy, and then same with Kit Kat. Like if you really think about the movie, he made his life harder in a lot of the situations than it needed to be, and so I'm just glad, at least for the Kit Kat situation, he was able to reverse it. And then with the play situation, he couldn't reverse it, but he was able to get to where he needed to be at the end of the day. So, but yeah, I remember watching it and I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, stay with me. Like you kicked it off perfectly. Like, what are you doing? So it all worked out in the end, but definitely I can see like the bit of roller coasters that this movie could create of feelings. So what moments, ideas, or characters resonated with you and why?
I really loved the whole family dynamic, like showing their routine and how close they were, and just like I really, I don't know, just the concept of like traditions and routine in that way with family. It's one of those things that I think that's kind of where it wraps up at the end. Like those are the things you really take for granted, and then seeing him with his own daughter, like doing that like waving thing every single time he drops her off. It's like, you know, at the end, when you're at the very end of your life, like him and his dad in that last scene also, and they go back to the beach that they went to every day. It's like those, I'm like getting emotional thinking about it. Like that really was like I don't know, like that part really resonated with me of like those are the things that the repetition helps you really remember it, and that's what like creates core memories, is just doing things over and over again.
Yeah, I would say I completely agree. I think a moment, I could pick a lot as well, but I think a moment that resonated with me was like towards the tail end when he said that he's only gonna live each day once. Like that was powerful, and that's probably gonna be the answer to my next question of my favorite moment. But I'll say, at least for resonating with me, like you have him go through different points in the movie where he just going back in time for any little obstacle he's overcoming to eventually his dad gives him the advice to relive the day twice so that he can take the beauty of it the second time around, and then he gets to a point himself where he's just like, I don't need that anymore. I'm just gonna take advantage of each day as it comes along. So I think that's the moment that resonated with me the most. So essentially the perfect segue into the favorite moment. My favorite moment was what I just said about how he eventually realized that he just wants to live each day at its time and not go back to the past anymore. There's a lot of great moments, but I felt like that was like the perfect way to end the movie and really just finalize and bring full circle his development as a person.
Yeah, I agree. That was one of the things too where like that I felt like really applied to, maybe this is more for like the takeaway question, but that was something that really like was impactful to me, of just seeing like just a day side by side of like how you could do small things like smiling at someone or giving someone a hug or doing an extra joke or something that could really like make someone's day, and just being intentional the first time around, like, and knowing that, I don't know, like going that extra mile and finding the joy in it. It's similar to the last movie we just watched. It's like that whole concept of just, even regardless of how mundane the situation is or how whatever, like, you know, negative it is, you can find the joy in it if you try. And I think that was a really, you know, good part. And then the other thing, so that was just going off of what you were saying. The other, like, big moment takeaway for me was when he went back in time for Kit Kat and had to go back to the car crash and had to have the car crash happen for her to ultimately get better. And like, and it showed that everything kind of needed to happen. He needed to have wanted to change her entirely so they could have seen that Jay was the alternative like future for her, and then he could recommend that, and then that could all happen. Like, it all kind of needed to happen to get her there. But the fact that she, like, just showing that sometimes you need the worst things to happen so you can then move on, and you can't just, like, you know, let someone keep going on even if you think it's protecting them, because it's not protecting them in the long run.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, damn. That was deep. Okay, Rachel.
That was a big one. I was very surprised that it, like, kind of came out. I had no idea, like, I was on the edge of my seat that whole, like, sequence of, like, what was going to happen, especially with the different kid. Is like, was he just going to accept a different kid? And, like, if Kit Kat's safe, like, do I need my child? You know, yeah. Yeah,
and it's very, like, deep, too, because it's, like, sometimes you need setbacks in order to get you to propel to the next level. But, yeah, I think someone in another reaction that I saw said that the last kid was the first kid that swapped. After we look at that, I forgot to pay attention to that, but you know, when he went back and the girl became a guy, the third kid was the supposedly. I have to relook at that myself, but that's an observation that I thought was pretty cool if that was true. All right, so least favorite moment.
The whole beginning of his relationship with Mary, I was stressed out because that's one of those things. That's one of the things that I just don't enjoy. Okay. I didn't enjoy about this is that, like, especially if this is someone who's going to be your wife, the mother to your children, like, you want to have the same meeting moment. Like, and the fact that he had to finagle it so much that the third time they were interacting was actually the first time, and he had to, like, manipulate the situation in order to get them together. Like, when, at the end of the day, they both had a really good connection the first time they got together, and everything could have happened in that way. Like, I think this, we were talking about this before, like, it was worth it, like, and he did it out of love for the playwright that he was living with, and, like, it was a good thing for him to do. But also, I don't know, the fact that he knew from that moment and Mary just never gets that moment feels like, I just didn't really like that. And I mean, they lived the rest of their life together, and I'm glad that he made such an effort to find her, and, like, it all worked out, which is good, and I guess that's what's important. It's just the fact that they didn't get to live that moment together and, like, have that as their first meeting because he, like, erased that. don't love that.
Yeah, and I think that's an extremely valid critique. I know, like, I love this movie so much that when I saw the initial person reacting to it on YouTube, I was like, oh, that's an interesting perspective. And then I'm watching you watch it, and I see you're cringe and like very uncomfortable with some parts, and I'm just like, damn, like, this is low-key turning me off too. Like, I could totally see how that makes sense. And so, yeah, I think how I'm trying to defend him and trying to come to terms with it in my head is that he had such a great start that he was just trying to get back to it and was overcomplicating things. But to your point, like, he definitely had some type of advantage that he shouldn't have had, and like the starting points are just so different, and like the manipulating word is I think a strong word and key word to use, where he was using the facts he learned in past conversations to lead her towards how to feel currently, and it's just rather unfortunate that he couldn't just stick with the initial encounter that was organic, and he had to use that to propel the other situation. So right. I definitely can see how like that's not the best thing to be promoting and stuff. So that totally, I guess, slipped over my head the first few times I watched this myself. So I needed other people's reactions to get that from the movie. That being said, were you gonna say something?
Just going off of that though, like he does come to the realization that like he doesn't need to do all that, and I'm sure like, oh my god, I just met this girl I really like, and I want everything to be perfect, that I'm gonna have sex 3 times until it comes out right and whatever. It's like that whole thing, like, you know, it just, in like you're saying, like, to kind of defend him, to empathize with him. I understand why he's doing all of that, and he did go back and erase their first thing out of the goodness for the other guy. So like, it's all like the thought process all makes sense, but it is also just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, sometimes you gotta make those mistakes and just hope it still works out and do your best to have it still work out. Like, and you don't get these second, third chances to make it absolutely perfect. Exactly.
Yeah, I think for my least favorite moment, I think it's similar to Me Before You. I don't think I have a least favorite moment in this film. I will say though, just I don't have a least favorite moment, but it definitely was an eye opener seeing other people's reactions to this film, of like how they might have felt uncomfortable with like the actual idea of being able to have multiple tries at someone. So something to learn. So does this movie impact your life at all, or biggest takeaway?
Yeah, so I think similar to what we were saying before of like the living every day and looking for the joy in those situations, I really like appreciate that. And also like, so as much as the relationship part made me cringe in a lot of ways, like his growth in using his power to understand like, okay, I just need to make the most of every day. I don't want to go back. I don't want to risk like, you know, changing my children in any way, and that whole piece, and how his dad and his parents like really used their time to be with their family, and the way that family like came first in all these things, like that was a really big, I think, takeaway for me as well. And seeing like, when you have a lot of time, what are you going to use that time on? And the fact that they did it on family, I thought was a very good message.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, and I think that's my biggest takeaway as well. But to give a different answer as well, because I know we talked about that a few times already, another big takeaway for me would be that sometimes you just have to do what's best for you, even if it means you can't help someone with their own issues, like with the whole Kit Kat situation or the play situation. Like, he was able to help with the play, but that put him in a dangerous spot that he was able to overcome, but almost wasn't able to. And then with the Kit Kat situation, he wasn't able to overcome that, and so he just had to do what was best for him, and from that moment on, how to best impact other people. But I would say definitely trying to put yourself first every once in a while is a big takeaway for me. So would you rewatch this movie again?
I don't think it'd be high on my rewatch list. I think just because of how cringy a lot of it was at the beginning for me, and just like, I don't know, the whole timeline like messed me up a bit. But I think the overall message, and like, you know, by the end of it, I was like, oh, I'm liking this movie. Maybe I would watch it again because I'd be less stressed. I was very stressed that he was going to lose Mary the whole time, and then also lose his kid. Like, I was really, I mean, I'm sure it's caught on film how stressed I was during a lot of that initial stuff. So maybe watching it again and knowing how it goes, I would like it more, but I don't think it's top of my list.
Yeah, I definitely would rewatch this movie again. Have been already, but that does make a lot of sense, and I think a second time would be a good way to give this movie another look at it. But I definitely would rewatch this movie again. And I think something that you mentioned was time, and I know this movie's about time, but literally the name of it. But I think it's very interesting because, like, on one hand, time is like everything in this movie, but then nothing at the same time. Where, and maybe that's just me going deeper than it needs to be, but like to the whole point of like the story was going on, but they didn't tell you how long everything was going, because they just wanted you to probably focus in the moment and just see like things progressing. They didn't want to put like a constant banner of 2 weeks later or anything like that. But then also time was like the whole premise of the movie. So I felt like that was like I don't know what you want to call that, but I feel like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a very good point of how they like intentionally kept it arbitrary, because in a way that's what it was for him. Like,
yes, exactly. Yeah. And with that, it's time for the infamous Rain rating, where we rate movies on a scale 1 through 11. It's essentially a scale 1 through 10, with 11 being for the utmost, Mount Rushmore, perfect, whatever you want to call it, the movies that mean the most to you. So in regard to the 2013 film About Time, what would be your Rain rating? I feel like it's going to hurt my heart, but I need to hear it.
I think I'm going to give it either 7.5 or an 8.
Okay. You got to pick one.
I have to pick one?
You have to lock in. Maybe explain what you're going to say, and I'll help you get your number. I'll get your number.
So I think I went into it with the expectation that it was going to be very love story focused, and then when it turned into this broader thing about time and family and how to live your life and all of that, like that got me more hooked. So maybe early on, like my expectation wasn't met, and all that stuff with Margot Robbie's character, I was just getting really like annoyed with all of that, and the roundabout way of him falling in love. But then the end really got me back. So that's where I'm a little bit conflicted of the rating, because ultimately I loved the message of it. I liked the characters. I mean, I was crying at the end. I loved his relationship with his dad. That was like definitely a favorite part for me, with his dad, with his sister, the whole family. And I liked how he ultimately learned about, like, the lesson I really liked and the takeaway from the movie. The whole thing wasn't like, it made me feel uncomfortable, and sometimes that's a good thing, but in terms of rating, okay, I'll give it an 8. I liked the message.
Okay.
I liked the message. I liked the story overall. It was a very clever concept.
Yeah. I thought it was cool too how if you really think about it, the movie kind of, and this is just at a high level, I could get probably deeper if I wanted to or had more time to, but at a high level, it's like the beginning is about him finding love and then maintaining love with Mary, and then it suddenly becomes all about his dad. Like the movie just comes about. Yeah, I think that was a pretty cool sleek transition, where like she's not really like the focus anymore. But my rating would be an 11, as you would imagine. I definitely see more of the criticism with this movie after seeing another person kind of watch it and give like the same kind of feedback on how him going back in time is kind of sketchy. But I definitely still hold this movie as an 11, just because of the messages and how funny I find it. I find this movie extremely funny, and I can laugh at it all day. So,
what was the funniest part? You keep saying it was funny.
You weren't laughing too much. I was trying to hold it in, and I felt kind of dumb because you weren't laughing too much. But I don't know. What would be my favorite funniest part?
I think they all had good personalities. They had like funny riffs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great way to put it too.
It was deeper. Like I don't know that I was laughing at because
I thought it was like really witty. Like, you know how like we just finished watching Me Before You. You know how like Will and Louisa were like witty, going back banter. Like I feel like they had like the same banter in this movie, and like he would just be like really cringe, and it would just make me laugh like how cringe he was. I don't know, because I could totally see in a different movie where someone's that cringe and it annoys me, but this one for some reason holds me in a chokehold. So
I think that was the difference. Is you interpreted the cringe as funnier, and I interpreted the cringe as cringier.
Yeah, and I can totally imagine other movies someone says the same thing and it just is a turn off. So I don't know. I just found this movie very funny. But yeah. And with that is our reaction and review to the 2013 film About Time. How do you guys think we did? Were we too critical? Were we not critical enough? Did you enjoy our reaction? Did you enjoy our review? Let us know by liking it and commenting down below what your thoughts were. You guys saw us answer some questions. I'm going to leave those questions in the description as well. Let us know down below how you'd answer some of these questions. Would really like if this channel became a community of people where we just got to watch movies and talk deeper about them. So I'm going to leave those questions down below. And if there's any questions you would like me to ask going forward, let me know. But if there's any questions regarding this movie you want to know just jot that down and I'll answer that down below the best I could. If you're enjoying my content, let me know by liking, subscribing, and if you want to see my full-length reaction, check out my Patreon link down below. Lastly, if you want to stay up to date with me, turn on post notifications and check me out on my social medias linked down below. If you want to see more standalone movies like this one, click here. And if you want to see whatever YouTube thinks would be the best for you, click here. And if you want to be different and say FAI and see what you think is the most interesting to you, feel free to browse the rest of my channel and see what other options I have. Thank you again for your time, and I'll see you at the next video.